Hello, hello, what's up? Yeah, I'm okay. I just feel lost. I feel like I'm missing something. It's just been so long from the streams. Yeah, I just feel lost. I feel like I'm missing something. I think it's the Zoom link. I think it's the Zoom link. I haven't been sending out a Zoom link. I feel like I'm missing something. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Anybody take any trades? Anybody in any trades? Let me know how it's going. Just gonna zoom out here, get a bird's eye perspective before I get into things. So yesterday's candle closed very nice and bearish there, right at that 25 level. Your daily candle pulled back through Asian session, started to move back down through London, session. So we got the daily looking nice and bearish just based off of those candles there. 4 hour also looking decent here. We retested this support on the 4 hour here around 1932. Closed bearish on that previous 4 hour forming resistance. That drop was nice, but you have come into these daily lows, and we even broke yesterday's low now at New York Open, but failing to push down to 1920, which I'm a bit concerned about. It looks like we do have good volume. You know, we're not seeing too much ranging. And based off the 4 hour and the daily, I like what's going on here for today, even though CPI is tomorrow. But we'll just have to monitor the price action through the session. Just make sure that there's volume. If not, then we need to be careful today. What news? There's no news today. No, I don't see any news that's going to really affect us. You got this CAD building permits now at Office 2. So based off the 30-minute time frame here, looks like we are going to close below the support. Well, we've got 3 minutes, so let's see. But you may close below the support here in and around 1925, where at that point, that would give me confirmation to possibly continue on down here to 1920. I would have liked to have seen cleaner price action on the 5. I like that we've come up to retest this previous support. That's not bad. 1 minute price action is decent, really decent. But I'm gonna have to wait for the 30-minute close and just see what sets up. Uh, 30 minutes basically giving me my confirmation here with the closure below support. Lower time frame already had that pullback to retest that area. Just not the cleanest. That COMEX candle kind of made it a little bit choppy there, closing so bullish. But you can see the wick rejection. You can see the structure on the 1 minute. It's not bad. Got to support that 1922. So I'm just thinking, how could I possibly get into these cells? Because like I say, 30 minutes here is giving me that confirmation. 4 hour and daily lining up really nicely. Looking good to move down. 5 minute is just not as clean as I would have liked to have seen. But let's see what's going on the 1 minute. Yeah, 5 minute close bearish there. Sixteen pips. 12 pips. I also don't really like how this 15-minute candle is closing almost like a rejection candle in and around the daily lows from yesterday. It's a bit tough. But based off of the 30-minute, you can see here we closed below this support. And that 4 hour and daily, like I say, are lining up nicely. I'm thinking of giving these cells a shot here. If we break this previous 5 minute low. But if we break the higher from COMEX, we'll probably just hold off. So my idea would look something like this. Keep in mind it's the first 5 of the 30, so very normal for you to get a top wick just coming back into that area. Might even tap 25 again. Would basically be like a flip entry on the 30 minutes. Okay, so that idea that I was looking at, I'm not gonna I'm gonna chuck that idea, but if you could get a nice 5 minute off of this 25 level, could be interested in that. We'll just see though. It doesn't look like right now you have the volume to get that continuation down. Looks more like a rejection. Not to say a reversal, just saying that we right now are just rejecting that area. So, you could get deeper pullbacks here. London, New York session, what I see often is we can get very deep pullbacks, um, to a point where a lot of people are like even changing their entire buys for the day. You come in, it's clearly bearish, and New York will push up 50 pips, and you think all of a sudden, okay, no, we're seeing a reversal here or something, but really it's just a pullback. So I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we got pullbacks to like 1930. And then I'm not saying that you're looking to sell from 1930 to 1920, but maybe if you get rejections at 1930, just to come back down into 1925. Could also wait for the 4 hour candle to close. Nineteen 22 is that 30-minute support further left. What's up, Ned? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to wait here. Let's see how deep we pull back, what's gonna happen. Also a little bit tricky getting back into this range. This price action to the left was really ugly. With CPI tomorrow, we might not even see any nice clean moves today. I just came in today. I thought maybe I wouldn't stream today because of CPI tomorrow, but we were seeing some nice movement, clear higher time frame direction, based off the daily and 4 hour candles. But we just need to be wary of CPI tomorrow. And if you want to know why, all you need to do is go back here to last week Thursday. This was last week Thursday, the day before NFP. This you want to stay out of. And sometimes you're not going to see this before it happens, and you only see it after the fact, and you're like, why was I trading in this range? So that's why I'm just saying we need to be wary of the fact that CPI is tomorrow. And if we are breaking back into this zone, that it could just be a very chalked session. Might have streamed for nothing. Now, you know what? I'm not streaming for nothing. I'm here to keep you guys accountable. Don't take trades if it's ranging. Price action is choppy. Market conditions are ugly. Don't take trades. I'll keep you accountable today. Anybody in any trades right now? Nobody. Hey, Ned. What you in, bro? Ned is a demon. GJ. I don't even have GJ on my list anymore, yeah. Let's go have a look at GJ. Yes, that looks like a child's drawing, not? GBP. Choppy. GJ is very choppy right now. Interesting for his sell. I haven't really been keeping up with GJ, but overall here, he's still extremely bullish. When I was still looking at this, you just had this massive rally, and price has to consolidate or pull back at some point. You've had quite a nice pullback here on the weekly. Just think about this. This move, I don't even know where it started, but this one weekly candle you moved up 600-700 pips on GJ. You had a 600-700 pip pullback. You grabbed a lot of liquidity on that wick. As you can see, I mean, the fact that that weekly pushed down 600 pips, came all the way back, you grabbed a lot of liquidity. Higher time frame, still extremely bullish. Daily candle bullish there. You do have this 183 level and resistance right here, which you can see is posing some issues right now. but selling on a fundamental basis. I haven't really been staying in touch with GJ, but yeah, I'd be hesitant. Short on GU. This 5 minute price action here on gold is interesting. So you've got this resistance here on the 5. We can see, like I say, the 30 minute previous 30 minute close below the support. All I wanted to see was a pullback. I would have liked to have seen us respecting 1925, but you are respecting this lower time frame structure here. So if you're breaking back below 1925, this may not look too bad. So let's see how this 5 closes. If you're closing a bearish engulfing candle on the 5, I may give it a shot. 15 is ugly though. 15 looks really ugly. Chill out, gold. Stops are getting a bit big there, but lots of volume on that 5. Stops not too bad. Above these highs, gonna be about 29, 30 pips. So once we break that bearish 5 minute low, I'm gonna get involved here. Keep in mind, this is the new 15 minute candle as well. Your previous 15 time frame looks pretty ugly. You're just ranging. But that 30, previous 30 close below that level. I know we broke the previous 30 minute high, but you are in a time of volume. So, we can end up breaking candles highs, coming back. And this is why I'm looking at what's going on the lower time frame. So I really like how we're respecting this structure here on the 5. And as soon as we break that low, I'll take sells. Maybe I should just set a sell stop quick. I haven't been using sell stops on the lower time frames because it's so quick. And you look away from the chart for like a second, you go try to set a sell stop and price has already dropped like 15, 20 pips. Okay. I'm in there. Stops for me, let's call it 1927. On the 4 hour, you've essentially got a nice target at about 1914. So I may look to have runners down to that area. Last 10 minutes of the 4 hour as well. So just be aware of that. I would like to see a little push here before the new 4 hour. Of course, I would have preferred the 5 there to close bearish, but it was the first 5 of the 15, and you got a little tap into 25 here, tapping into that support zone there from the 30 minutes. If you break that low, however, you will be looking really good. Yeah, decent. Let's see if we can push here. Yeah, final target for the day for me, 1915. My first target will be 1920. However, 1922 is also a level that we need to just look at. Yeah, I don't always use the trade copier, to be honest. I don't know why it gives me anxiety. But which one are you looking at? I set it up through a VPN and all of that. It's a hell of a mission. Um, but I know that there was that social traders, social trader tools. There was some copy trader. I think it's online. And one of the issues that I read up about that was as soon as you close the window or whatever the story, it'll stop copying your trades. Whereas the VPN is always running in the background, so you can turn your computer off, manage your trades from your phone, and it'll go through to your different accounts. Tradecopier.com. That's easy to remember. I'll check it out. Okay, so on the break of that bullish 5 minute, I was wanting to see a bit of a push. I don't really want to see us breaking above that previous 5 minute high. Let's see how this candle closes. Yeah, no delays, no issues, Ned. Last 5 minutes of the 4 hour. What's gonna happen here? Sitting right at my entry, so could just close out. But if this 5 closes bearish, okay, there we go. I'm gonna hold a little bit longer. Stop loss there looks so good. You can see you've grabbed a lot of liquidity from that area. But the volume is just sitting here right now. Okay, so I just want to monitor how the hour and 30-minute candle will close here in the next 3 minutes. I'm sure that the 4 hour candle should close bearish here with 3 minutes to go. I don't see us flipping back bullish. But as long as we can close below this 1925 or this zone here, this gray zone, I'll check it out, Ned. Because I'm still paying for this VPN. You pay for the VPN and it's an EA. The trade copy I'm using is an EA. Even though I don't really use it. Yeah, I don't like that 15 is actually gone back bullish. Your 4 hours closing very strong bearish here, but you may get a deeper pullback there on the new 4 hour. Looks like you might close right at 1925. You. Yeah, that 5 minute is not good. I'm gonna give it a second, yeah. But it's not looking ideal. 4 hour, like I say, obviously closed very nice and bearish, but looks like you could probably get deeper pullbacks. Closed right below 1925. So I'm gonna give it a second. I would expect this candle to come and create a bottom wick. So let's see what happens at that point. Looks like a head and shoulders, upside down head and shoulders. That's not good. Just based off the 4 hour, how I mark up my support and resistance, I would say that the 4 hour still close below that support. So lower time frames are trickier, but I'm just trusting in that higher time frame and this lower time frame structure here. But you've come down, got that bottom wick. So let's see how this 5 closes. I would love us to close bearish, respecting this 25 level on this 5 minute candle. Last minute of the 5. Let's see. If this 5 is closing bullish here above 25, it's going to be tough. You'll probably pull back a little bit deeper. Our stops are above this structure, but I don't want to sit in more drawdown than necessary. Gave this a chance here because we closed below 25, but it's not looking good. So waiting for this 5 to close before I do anything here. Seeing a bit of a rejection there in the last minute of that candle. Okay, so if we break that high of the 5 minute, I'm going to probably close full. Should be alright if this 5 can close below 1925. But yeah, it's actually just kind of ranging a little bit at the moment. Okay, right. So I'm gonna close out probably the majority of, yeah, I've closed out 60% there. Go baby, see if we respect the structure, but it doesn't look good. 4-hour candle still looks really nice there for the sells, but I think that we could probably get deeper pullbacks here. before getting that real clean setup. So I gave it a shot there as it set up for me before the 4 hour candle close, which is a risky one. Um, but let's see if it comes in again. Wonder what NYSE will do. If we're still above 1925 come NYSE, then you could get deeper pullbacks, or just basically back in this range, maybe come up to this London support at 1929, 1930. I'm not really interested in any sort of buys within this range based on what's going on the higher time frame. Just saying that could be a possibility for deeper pullbacks if you are still above 1925, but then it's going to get really choppy. So I closed out most of my position for these sells. As we pulled back here on this 4 hour, was just getting a little bit tricky there for me. But if we close back below 25, I may add back to my position. Obviously, that's just a personal decision. Do with that what you will. Sure. There comes the volume. go. Four-hour looks so nice. But you can't get too taken away on a 4-hour candle 15 minutes into the candle, you know. 15 still doesn't look great, but you can see just in this pullback retest of 1925 and actually respected that 1925. So let's see if we can get a push back down into these lows, and then breaking those lows coming into NYSE, I would expect a push down to 1920. I've already added to my position or added back that what I took off there. Looks like 4-hour top wick set. Hopefully, looks like it. Also, we can just see the structure on the 5 minutes is holding. You know, forming lower lows, lower highs, and then essentially double topped here. Just retest to this area again and again, but maintaining this structure. Could have waited for the 4-hour, would have avoided that drawdown. But the idea was there, we respected that structure. Hey, what's up, DC? How you doing, bro? How's the streams? How's London session treating you? $15 has no bottom wick, eh? Oh, that's tough. 15, no bottom wick. Yeah, it's quite choppy right now. But you're getting very nice rejections here, holding below 1925. Let's just see what happens. Life is so focused and productive. That's good to hear, bro. Sometimes you need to focus on yourself, man. Yeah, I've started streaming New York now. And then, you know, I'm looking to be a bit more flexible than I was with London. I'm not really gonna have like a set starting time. I'll just start when I see something. And if there's no, you know, if there's no volume, if it's a ranging day, I'm not gonna stream on that particular day. Active position, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. It's playing around down here. This pullback here looks like your top wick for the 15. You're really just ranging on the slower time frame. now that we came back into this, basically this minor support on the 5 and didn't get a break below. That's tough. $10 till NYSE. This 5-minute looks like it'll close bullish, which is not ideal. Not ideal. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Got my stops above structure there. We became traders to have freedom, but streamers, we get kind of locked into the same brackets. Yeah, 100%. That's the whole thing. That's been my thing like the last month or two. You know, I came to that realization. Yeah, it takes away that freedom that trading is meant to give you. So New York streams are gonna just kind of be if and when I want kind of thing, you know. At the end of the day, it's like a free service. There's always a lot to take away. There's a lot of value in the streams. I think whatever streamer you're watching, they're gonna be providing some sort of value. The trading streams I'm talking about, there's some bullshit streams out there. Aiden Ross, that nonsense, you know. Brain dead streams. Talking trading streams. Any trader who's streaming, 99% chance you're going to take something away from them, you know, some value, some lesson. But it's a free service, so don't take it for granted, you know. There's so much value in it. Providing value at what cost though for traders? Yeah, that's the other thing, like they don't people don't always see the value because it's free, you know. They say people value things as much as they pay for them, and that's just very unfortunate. But the only ones who lose out there are the people who are obviously not seeing that value. Or not taking advantage of it. This 15 can flip and close bearish below this, let's say 23.5 at NYSE. I would expect us to at least come down to 22 and then breaking below 22 with enough volume should get a clean push to 20. But you just need to see how you're reacting to those levels. You know the regulars. I think the regulars understand. The regulars get it. Like the guys who are here all the time, who have been here long enough and are putting in the work. You get it. You know, you see the value. Understand that. But there's people out there who don't. There's people out there who don't get it. There's people out there who join a signals group and then complain when there's a loss. You know, you get people like that. there's no real interest in actually learning the skill. There's people who just want easy money. There's no sincerity. It's all fake. $5 minutes to NYC boys sitting right at the entry here. 5 minute close bearish there. That 30 minute candle's looking decent. Not looking bad. If you don't have 100% win rate, you're going to hell. That's all. Yeah, DC. I understand, bro. I understand. With regards to that, like, you just need to remember that you're not offering returns to anybody. Something that set me free, a little bit more free, it's still like, it still weighs on you at times, but something that's helped me is realizing that this is just simply my trading. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about my trading. I'm gonna take my trades. If you want to take the trade, it's fine. And that's why you see this time around, in London session, I used to write out sell stop here, buy stop here, stop loss there. I don't care. I'm not going to call out prices. I'm not going to say exactly. You're going to get a very good idea of where I'm putting in a trade. I'm going to tell you. But at the end of the day, it's my trade. Like I say, you can take the trade. And if you lose, that's your fault. I never said you must take my trade. So just looking at it from that perspective, DC, I think that helped me. Everyone is responsible for their own trading results. Nobody can blame you for anything. Because the thing is, you can be profitable with a 60% win rate, but then you get some retard who comes and copies you, and maybe you do take 2, 3 losses in a row, and because they full margined, they've lost their whole account. You know, you get that kind of thing. Looking tough here coming into NYC. DC, just remember this. So you've put in years of time and effort to build your skill, right? You started your stream to, for whatever reason, to provide value, to help others. Those are, those are powerful things. Like I say, you've put in a lot of time. You're doing this for good reasoning. There's going to be people who are going to knock you, but just remember why you're doing it. And what you've gone through to get to where you are. those guys who are you know, rambling on about the fact that you don't have a 100% win rate, they're not really willing to put in that work. You know what I mean? And it shows. Yeah, fuck. NYC boys. No, that 5 closed ugly there. Closed right at 1925, 15 bullish. 30 minutes, very weak candle like a doji right at 1925. But not looking great here. Let's see if the 4-hour and daily trend can come into play here at NYC, and if we can respect this lower time frame structure. But it's looking very ugly. I mean, look at those candles. Terrible. Terrible. CPI tomorrow. It was looking good. Today was looking good, but yeah, it's chalk now. If we can get a 5-minute candle closing below this entry, basically, what I say below the entry is it's this 5-minute support. If we can get a 5-minute candle closing below there, now at NYC, I think we should push down to that 22 level. Can't take a loss in the charts, are going to take a loss in life. Isn't 100% anything. Thank you, DC. 100%, bro. I feel you. You know, like I say, don't. It's easier said than done, but don't let these guys distract you from your mission. Do what you need to do to lock in and focus again. That's what I had to do, to be honest. One minute left of this 5. Come on, close below. Close below here. Once we get that close below here, we should get a nice push. Normally the push at NYSE is when the 5-minute, if the first 5 minute of NYSE gives you some sort of direction in line with the current trend, whatever the story, that next 5 should give you a nice push. So it looks like we're going to close bearish, but we need to close below that level. What is this? 1924. Yeah, if we can close below 1924, even just like that. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Pulled back last second, but still closed bearish there. Still closed bearish. If you could just clear these wicks here. Show the gains. No, not today. Yo, I'm feeling bloated off that sushi. I tried the sweet and sour chicken as soon as I got home. I think it was a bit too much, to be honest. Shot DC. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Like, I've been spending a lot of time in the gym, and I enjoy the gym. I really do. I love it. Back in school, I had like dreams of doing Mr. Olympia. And then the only thing was like, how would I possibly, you know, I'd need to find something to sustain me in terms of like sustain me financially to pursue that. And I thought about it the other day. I'm literally in that position where I'm not saying I'm going to go to Mr. Olympia, but I can live that lifestyle. You know, I can literally just eat and train and rest. Sit at my computer for an hour or two and I'm done, you know. But when I was doing memberships, this, that, it's a lot of time. I felt like I was working a normal job. Trading is supposed to provide you that freedom. But by the way, I am offering something. So like I say, the memberships, Monster Money memberships have stopped. They've come to an end. It was a lot of time and effort. And genuinely, that's all I can really say is that it's the effort to reward, it didn't make sense to me. It was too much time out of my day. But I am still open to one-on-one sessions. I know that lots of guys message me and are interested in learning more. So that's a service that I've made available. There's only 1 or 2 time slots a day, Monday to Friday. I will speak more about that later this week. Would love this 5 to close very strong, bearish. If it's closing like that, I don't know. 30-minute literally right now looks like just a break and retest of 1925. If this 5 closes bullish, I'm closing. I've given enough chance here. I was expecting with that 5 closing bearish and then breaking below some of this noise here on the lower time frames to start getting a push down to 1922. But yeah, that 5 is looking ugly. So like I say, if it closes bullish, I'm out. If we close bearish, I'll hold for a little bit longer. But very choppy day here. 10, 9, 8. I just found on MetaTrader there's a button for close all positions. Let's see if the next 5k close all positions. Okay, that's gonna be my day. Small L. Very choppy, gave it a shot, didn't look too bad. But yeah, didn't turn out great. If this 30-minute does give you that bearish closure, maybe below 23.5 at 4 o'clock in the next hourly candle might give you that push that we're looking for here. But I don't like the lower time frame. The lower time frame in this time, if there's volume, the lower time frame should be a little bit cleaner than this. You know, this is just trash. My whole idea with that entry was this strong bearish 5-minute. I was anticipating that volume to at least push us down to these lows. Didn't have that in the tank. So yeah, choppy day here, gave it a shot. Not bad. But CPR tomorrow, that should be a banger. So we'll be back tomorrow. Pick it up tomorrow for CPR. Yeah, that should be good. Seems like as soon as I want to stream New York, it gets choppier. Whole week New York has been choppy. But yeah, maybe after the CPR we start to get some cleaner moves, because that is a big thing in focus. The Fed's monetary policy, which is heavily dependent on the inflation. They have been raising rates to lower that inflation. So, you know, markets are moving based on what the Fed is doing with their monetary policy, and they are adjusting their monetary policy based off of how inflation is moving. So that CPR report is going to give us a lot of insight tomorrow. Hopefully markets start to clear up, because yeah, New York session this week has been pretty choppy. Really hasn't been amazing. I don't know, maybe it's just because I started streaming this week. Anyway. Cool, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Take it easy, everybody. I have to ask you something. Is it okay to do the layering when into after a trade? Just be careful. It's not a good idea to be adding to losers. Essentially, that's what I did today. But I had taken off and then I was basically adding back at the same point. So if it had actually gone to my stop, I was pretty much taking my initial planned stop loss, if you know what I mean. So that was the calculation in my head. But if you are holding a full position in drawdown and then you see, oh, okay, it's come to this level, it's rejecting, I'm gonna add more. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's how you're gonna get in trouble. Even adding to positions when your position is in profit, I'm still to master that approach. It's very tricky. I think with especially lower time frames, you have to be very aggressive when adding to positions, and you need to know when to add to positions. I mean, if you try doing it in London, you're gonna get clapped. New York is probably the time where you can be adding multiple positions. But a day like today, I don't know. I don't think this would have been an idea where you could have added positions. If there were a lot more volume, let's say this was my initial entry, I got in there, there was really good volume, there was maybe news early on or something, giving me some extra confidence in the position. So this is definitely not an ideal scenario for today. But let's just say this were my initial position and it was actually running very nicely. Ignore this choppy price action. And then we came down to break these lows. I could maybe look at another entry on the break of those lows. But the way I'm going to manage that second entry is so aggressive. It'll be extremely aggressive. If you swing trading, maybe it's easier to add to positions. If you're riding a nice trend on the higher time frames, then it's easy to add to positions. Easier, should I say. You've got more time to think. But yeah, adding to positions is tricky. It is very tricky. It takes experience. Like I say, for me, it's something I'm still mastering. I've been doing it here and there, but it's tricky. It's tough. I won't lie. Um, but yeah, I mean, like if I'm waiting for a pullback and then I get a nice entry for my initial trade, and then my next entry, like I say, is something like a impulse entry on the break of the lows. That's kind of how I'm approaching it. But you need to be extremely selective. You're not going to do that every day and get away with it. Okay, guys. Cheers. Thanks. Cheers, DC. Thanks for popping in, bro. Cheers, Nico.